Hello, fellow translators. So today I'm going to respond to a question I received. First of all, you'll notice I'm in a new place now. Here, let's try to angle it a bit better. This is my bedroom. And I try to make it look a bit nice. We had to give my daughter a room, and that was my study. So now we're trying to figure stuff out. If you look over here, you'll see a whole bunch of my books. Um, yeah, and so we're still trying to figure this out. Anyway, for today, I will be talking from here. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is a question I received here. I want to read it from Carlos Augusto. It says, "Hello, Robert. A slightly off-topic question. How long do you think it takes to get enough clients you can actually live off of translations? I've been in a few months and I'm still having a hard time." So today I want to talk a bit about salary. And unfortunately, could be kind of a long topic, so we'll see how far I get. Maybe I'll divide it up or something along those lines. First of all, let's address what Carlos is asking. He says, how long does it take to get enough clients that you can actually live off of translations? I don't know. This will obviously change for a lot of people, not only based on how long it takes to get clients, but what you need to live off, what it means to live off of translations for you. Like, what is a living wage for you? And, so it takes a lot of things. You have to take a lot of things into account. You also have to take into account the fact that not all jobs you get are regular. Many times, 1 month might be really good, but the next month you hardly get anything. And so you kind of need to figure all that out. But it's something you should do at some point, and you should address this whole salary thing. And so I wanted to get into it a bit. There are a couple various aspects, and so I'm not really sure where to start, but let's start with this salary thing. Look, if you want to earn a living from being a freelance translator, then you need to figure out what earning a living means. So this will change for every single person, and basically you need to make your own calculation. How much do you need to be earning a living? If you already have a job now that earns you a living, then you know what that amount is. That's that amount, whatever you're earning now. If you're not earning a living, then you kind of need to figure it out. Of course, we'd all love to be making a gajillion bucks off of it, and be earning a comfortable living, be able to earn, wherever, whenever we want. But on the way to that, at what point can you say, okay, now I'm earning a living from what I'm doing? And yeah, this is a calculation you're gonna have to figure out. It really depends on where you live, on what your needs are, and what I'm right now I'm married with a kid, so the amount that I need to earn is very different from when I was single and just traveling around and doing my own thing, because I couldn't care less. Even if I didn't make any money, I'd just end up, crashing on a friend's couch for a week until I figured out what to do next, And so it really depends on your situation, but it's worth doing. So here's what I would do, and I get this actually from Seth Godin. Seth Godin has a great article, a very short, great article, which I'll link to, called Double and a Half. He calls it Freelancer Math. And here's what he says. He says, successful freelancers need to charge at least double the hourly rate that they'd be happy earning from doing full-time work. And then they need to spend at least half their time getting better at their craft. So what does this mean? This means that if you were earning, let's say you're working in a corporate job and you're earning 30,000 a year of whatever currency, right? That means that you need to be shooting for earning 60,000 a year while being a freelancer. And why is this? It's because, for various factors. You have the uncertainty, and also whatever you shoot to be earning, many times you won't get there. And also it's very irregular, and you don't know what's going on and stuff like that. So if you're earning 30 before, you shouldn't be shooting for earning 30 now. You should be shooting for earning 60. And so you should double that. And then he also says you should spend about, what did he say? At least half of your time getting better at your craft. And that I think is very important too, but that's a different topic, so I won't get into that now. And so let's take this scenario. You were earning 30 in a corporate job, and now you should be shooting to earn 60. Okay, how do you shoot to earn 60 though? You'll say, I will get 60 or 60,000 of whatever monies, ducats, florins, whatever, within a year. But you can't really control that because it's the clients who give you that job. And here we get another concept that actually I think I learned from 10X. or no, sorry, I learned it anyway. I learned it somewhere else from another book, and this is called using leading measures rather than lagging measures. And so here you take your salary, which was 30, and now you have 60. That's what you're shooting for, but you can't control what the clients give you. But what you do know is a bit of averages. Say you know that, okay, in order to earn 60, I need to earn 60 means 5,000. 60,000 means 5,000 every month. And in order to earn 5,000 every month, I need to do whatever amount of work, which means I need to get X amount of clients, right? I need or X amount of jobs. Every job that I have pays, say, 500. In order to get 5,000 a month, I need to get 10 of these jobs. Right. So how do I get 10 of these jobs? I can't control that either because the clients give me jobs. But once again, I can take these leading measures. I know that on average, and you'll get a lot better at this as you start going on. You say you've been doing this for a couple months, it'll get better as you go along. But look at what you've been doing so far. And every time you get a job, how many times do you have to apply for a job before you get it? If you get one job out of every 10, well, there you go. Then you kind of have a calculation, right? You're like, okay, if I need to get 10 jobs this month of 500 each, let's say you get an average of that they pay 500 each, I need 10 jobs. Well, then I need to apply to 100 jobs. And I need to apply to 100 jobs this month, so that means 25 jobs a week, something like that. The numbers seem kind of high, and I think I started with a high number anyway of 60,000, but just to give you an idea. And anyway, and this is what you should be shooting for. And that's why you have that 60,000, that double number, because stuff happens and you might not be able to reach it, or it might be difficult, or you might have to build up there gradually, stuff like that. But this is what I think you should be shooting for. And this is what I tend to use as a good formula. And if you have this double amount, it really helps out because it kind of gives you that cushion and that leeway. And, so do the calculation. Say, okay, if I need to earn 60,000 per year, that means 5,000 per month. That means I need to do 10 jobs of 500 each. That means I need to apply for, 10 jobs times 10, 100 jobs, 25 per week, 100 jobs per month. But whatever that calculation is, I wish I had my whiteboard. I remember I used to have it, but now my wife took it for our kid. I could just get a new whiteboard, I guess, but whatever. Anyway, that's the calculation that I recommend doing. And figure out this calculation, and that way you have leading measures. And leading measures means stuff you can do, you have control over. You have control over how many jobs you apply for. And if you're wondering where to apply for jobs, look at my old videos. I have a ton of places where you can apply for jobs or contact people, cold emails, or on Pros, on Translators Cafe, on Upwork, on Freelancer, on whatever it might be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to keep it at this for now because, again, I can go into a lot more detail and I don't want to do that right now. And they're making quite a bit of noise outside. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. But anyway, this is the preliminary calculation that I would make for how much you need to earn as a freelance translator. It might seem like quite a bit, but that's good because hopefully it'll push you to work quite a bit to achieve that goal, that higher goal. And I'll also link to the Seth Godin article because it's interesting in and of itself. It's very short, but it talks about other stuff as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, Carlos, I think your name was. Sorry, Carlos Augusto. I'm sorry I don't have too much of a precise answer there, and I think I already replied to you in text. But it really depends on how much you need in order to live off of translations, and you need to figure out how much do I earn on average from each client, and then you see how many clients you need to get, or more likely how many jobs you need to get, because sometimes clients will rehire you. In fact, when you get rehired by clients, then things become a lot more easy because suddenly you'll start getting regular work that you don't need to actively search for yourself. But that happens over time. You say you've been at this a few months, stuff can you can get a regular client like that after a few months or not, usually not. And, after a few months, you'll be getting stuff here and there, but it's still a part-time gig. And you kind of need to wait to get those regular clients and get something a bit more regular going that you can build off of. Anyway, so for now, just keep building off what you have, get the references, get the reviews because they help you for future jobs. Yeah, hopefully you found this useful. If you want me to talk more about salary stuff or anything, feel free to let me know. If you want me to talk more about, say, getting at an intermediate level where you've already started, but you want to see how to continue, to make this your life and your livelihood, then let me know as well. And, we can get a bit more into that too. But yeah, hopefully you found this useful in terms of how to project, because I think just going into it and just seeing whatever happens, it can work here and there, but in terms of a strategy for making this your career, it can be pretty haphazard and chaotic. I think it's always better to have a plan in place. In fact, I find the more structured it is, the better. You're going to have to change it over time, but it doesn't matter. Structure it anyway. Anyway, hopefully you found this useful. If you did, don't forget to click thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you want to hear more about stuff like this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savedum.